Hey guys, my name is Bumpa, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over a ranked game in which a viewer sent in, where he top fragged and still lost. I've been having a lot of people come into my chat asking questions. Hey, how come I'm always top fragging and I match MVP every game, but I still lose? I can't rank up. So we're going to be taking a look at this guy's gameplay, and we're going to be talking about some things that he could do better in order to help him win more ranked games. So let's get started. You guys have won your pistol round. You're up 1-0, and now you're on the anti-eco. You've purchased a Vandal, and it looks like you and your team are going for a B split. I'm not a big fan of this. I don't mind spreading out to hold map control at the start of eco rounds, but I think you should hold your map control, and then you should take something together as 5 in order to trade it well. And you should definitely not be sending high-value weapons like Vandals up through mid. But this isn't really the reason why you lost this round. So you get scanned in market when you go in and spam through smoke, which, you know, if you had teammates there to trade you, this would have been okay. And the B main push gets called off because you guys get held back. So your teammates rotate back around their mid. The reason why you guys lose this round is not because of something that you did individually wrong. It came down to a lack of communication from your team. You're not talking about what you guys want to do together. You're all taking 1v1 gunfights against an eco, which is something that you don't want to be doing. So you guys really have no clear direction of what you want to do. Every single one of these fights has been a 1v1 for the enemy team, which has helped them even up man advantage. So now it's a 2v2. You guys know where a guy is. Your Brimstone kills this guy, and now you're in a 1v2 or a 2v1, and your Killjoy runs into B solo because you guys didn't communicate. Your Brimstone's running A, your Killjoy runs into B, and it sounds like the Killjoy who you're in a Discord with gets mad at your Brimstone for running away, but it's both of their faults. Neither of them communicated to one another what they wanted to do here. Brim didn't say to Killjoy, hey, I'm running A. Killjoy didn't say, hey, come B. It was just a lack of comms. So while you did make a mistake, in my opinion, running up mid and giving up a Vandal, your team as well shares the blame for not communicating and not playing together against an eco round. And you guys end up losing this in the 1v1 in the end. So solo peaks cost you this round, pretty much. Tough. All right, this round, you don't actually do this a lot this game. You're actually very proactive and very aggressive about making sure that you're going in first. But this is just one of those rounds where it's like, come on, bro, what are you doing? It looks like you guys are trying to rush B. You get mollied off, so you're chilling, it's fine. And then you turn around, you drop bomb. It looks like you're checking flank, but not really. So like it's sort of just like a lack of direction. And if you look here, you have 3 teammates who have made it out into boat. Why not run through this smoke and fight with your team? There's no point in sitting behind this smoke any longer, right? So you're just spamming through a smoke. Even though the Raze rocket's out, go out there and try and trade your team. It's an eco. You're not going to win this round sitting behind a smoke and spamming a sheriff. You need to make the plays that give you the highest probability of winning the rounds. And you sitting here spamming through a smoke with a sheriff is pretty much admitting the fact that you lost this round. So even if it's unlikely that you're going to win the round, you should still try and push through and make the play that gives your team the best chance of winning. All right, so this round you have walked up cat. Your team is doing an A split. You come up cat and you end up getting a pick. Full heal, and now you guys make the call to go back to B because I'm assuming the enemy team is over-rotated and you know they're all towards heaven. So you call for your team to run back towards B, and it's now a 4v3 situation. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. So it's a 4v3. You're not really calming. Your Sova needs to get into the site. Your Brimstone's still in tiles, watching middle flank. But this play from you here, this is greedy and dumb. You go up, you close the door, but now you should get into sight with your team, and you should play in spots that you can trade with. So playing this spot in lever, you have nobody here that can fight with you or trade with you, right? You have your Brimstone and B main. And while he can peek off of you if they come out of CT, once this market door is broken, which it's being broken right now, you're now stuck in an isolated 1v1 gunfight, and you give up your life for free. And now all of a sudden your 4v3 has turned into a 2v3 because you and one other teammate have both peeked and died. So this is a positioning error from you. You're playing too aggressive in the post plant. which leaves your team susceptible to getting picked off and without trade opportunities. You do end up winning the round, but it's still a bad play from you, and you guys, it was a very high chance that you could have lost this round. Hey guys, fun reminder that I stream every day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. Check out all this great content that you're missing out on. On Gandhi's new religion. I thought Gandhi was dead.
Yeah, and we see the reset off of that B main.
Lick Gandhi's nuts. Fuck! Alright, here's another round. So, your problem, from what I've watched in this VOD, your problem is that you are getting these opening kills, but you're pushing your advantage for no reason. So again, another 4 versus 3 situation. You could play sight, you could play crossfires with your team, but instead you choose to push through door with a stinger in a 4 versus 3, and you go down for free. So now your 4v3 has turned into a 3v3 again, right? And again, you win the round. But the point of me going over this isn't to say, oh, you know, you won the round, that means you didn't do anything wrong. You still, these are still bad plays, even though you're winning the round. And in a different world, or in a different timeline, or like in different circumstances, you guys could have very, very easily lost these rounds here, which would have cost your team big time. So, it's just something important to think about. Alright, I hate to do it again, but, another 4 versus 3 situation, and this right here is why I'm drilling it into you, man. So those 2 rounds where you made a bad play and you got caught out didn't cost you the round. This time it does. So you're in a 4 versus 3, you push up to lever and you die. There's really no point in pushing up to lever there because your team has already gotten into sight. It's not like you need to close the door in order to give your team map control. Like, they're going to break the door for free anyway. Just get back into sight and play crossfires with your team. But instead, you go up to the door and you die for free. Turns it into a 3v3, and your teammate ends up losing the post plant. So this round, while it was a 3v3 and you think, oh, we have even numbers, it's not my fault that we lost. When you take man advantage and then you give it up, it's losing the round is equally your fault as your teammates, right? Like, it's always easier to hold crossfires with more players. So if you do make a good play and you get the entry, just because you got, say, you could get 4 kills in a round and still be the reason why your team lost that round. The blame does not fall off your shoulders just because you got a couple of kills in the round. Making a bad play, not trading a teammate, not setting yourself up to be tradable to your teammate, and leaving your teammates in unoptimal clutch situations is just as much your fault as it is theirs. So it's something you need to think about when you're playing this game. You're getting these opening kills, you're getting these opening picks, you're playing aggressive, but it still doesn't matter because you're costing your team rounds and you're costing your team man advantage. So you need to know when to turn that dial off and stop playing so aggressive. Alright, so I just want to talk about this round because I think you played this round pretty well, and people wanted me to talk about stuff that people do well in VOD reviews a little bit more. The only thing that I'm going to nitpick right now is the fact that you have Spike going up Cat. I really don't like this. I think Spike should always go A main, or with the majority of players, right? It's much more safe, so having Spike go with 2 people is not good. But you go up Cat, you get that opening pick, your Brimstone has a good ult to give you map control and push those guys out of garden so you can cross from Cat, and now you're in a 4 versus 3 situation. The Killjoy goes off and you fall back into main to play post plant. Your Jet here actually pulled a U, if I'm going to make light of you. But your Killjoy decides to push the your Jet decides to push the Killjoy ult solo. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Your Jet pushes the Killjoy ult solo and goes down and gives up man advantage. But you end up playing bomb really well here, picking this guy off a bomb, and your teammate finishes him off. If anything, your teammate overpeaked there a little bit at the end when he didn't need to. But overall, I think you played this round well. So I just wanted to give credit where credit was due and talk about some stuff that I think you did well. Alright, so you're up 5-4 now, and you win this round. I just want to say this, and you get an ace this round, but you still make a bad play. So I'm going to play this video out, and then I'll go back and I'll show you what mistake you made in this round, even though you got an ace. So let's watch it.
Die ist hier.
Oh, töte sie nicht. Töte sie nicht.
Paul hat fucking
Die holt sich den Skin, die mag sich den Skin.
Ich brauch Elo.
It's not a bad little eco ace at all right there, you know? That feels good. Pads the stats a little bit. We all love that. But this is the mistake you make, okay? So even though you got the ace, even though you won this round for your team, this could have gone very, very badly. So right here, you come up cat, you get the entry, right? Your teammates are all coming out A main. You and your Jet, instead of going through the door to get into sight and take the site with your team, you guys push garden together here. And while you're pushing garden, you get into 2 1v1 gunfights, right? You're whiffing a little bit here. This guy could have killed you, and your Jet gets 1 right-clicked. So while you do get the kills, you win the round, it's important to remember that just because the play that you made worked does not mean that it was a good play. This was a bad play. This was not good. You did not play this round well. Pushing tree here and you and your Jet both taking 2 1v1s, if you would have gotten killed by this Brimstone, then he has a Phantom, the Killjoy who kills your Jet now has a Vandal, and your team is now in a 2 versus 4 situation post-plant. That is not good. So you pushing tree here and getting your ace could have, on a different day in a different game, this could have resulted in a round loss for you. So while yes, you know, this ace is cool, it pads the stats, it makes you a little bit higher on the leaderboard, it makes you feel like you're playing well, this was actually not a good play, and it could have cost your team the round. So I just wanted to point this out and use this as an example for everybody that justifies bad plays just because they worked. Alright, so this round you're pushing up through mid, and your Jet goes down early. And you push through the smoke, and you're trying to catch these guys off guard and get a pick to refrag them and even up man advantage, and you end up going down. The play here I don't actually hate. I think it's actually good to try and take an aggressive fight when you're down a man in order to try and catch the enemy team off guard and even up the man situation. The only problem with this is just your mechanics in this fight were just off. You didn't have very good crosshair placement, and your movement was sloppy. You come up around this corner. Look, you're holding W while you peek. You can tell you're holding W while you peek because like you have this rounded float to your movement, and your crosshair placement is really, really off. It's out here in the middle of nowhere. You try and stop, but you float a little bit, and then you end up getting double peeked by 2 people. So I don't hate the overall idea of this play. It was just poorly executed. So just want to throw that in. All right, so I don't speak German, so I don't really know what your plan is. This is my best guess what you were planning. So you wanted Brim to smoke here, and your Sova to dart lobby, and then you were gonna walk up into the Brim smoke and spam people through it while they were wall hacked with the recon dart. But I feel like maybe you should have had you should have asked for your Brimstone to peek this with you, because he doesn't need to be a cat here to throw this smoke. So making this play solo was just bad comms and just a bad idea in general. So you walk up, like that's what I'm assuming you're trying to do. You're trying to get behind the smoke and spam them through it. But one guy jumps up bicycle, and another guy pushes through the smoke, and they just kill you instantly. So like I think you should have had people holding this with you, and making this a non-solo play. Like your Brimstone doesn't need to be on cat in order to throw a smoke there. So if you could have asked him to push up with you at the start of the round, that would have been ideal. But you know, it is what it is. That's just sort of a miscommunication. Wasn't the best played round I've ever seen. All right, so this round here wasn't your fault, really. At the start of the round, I think you got an opening pick, and now Killjoy ult is going down at B. You're in a 5 versus 4 situation, and you hit a nice shot here on this Phoenix in order to make it a 5 versus 3. But the thing is that your teammates lose this round making mistakes that you yourself made on T side. Look, they're over-aggressing and giving up man advantage in situations where they don't need to, right? So while they are the reason why you are losing this round, it's not like you're much better than them in any sense of the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you aren't better than these players just because you have more kills than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, both you and all your teammates are all making the exact same dumb mistakes. The only thing that is making it so that you have more kills than them is you were over-aggressing on eco rounds, and you got a couple of extra eco frags and a couple more kills on rounds that didn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? While, like, your overall impact on the game has been about the same as all your other teammates. This guy peeks off cat and dies. This guy swings mid and dies. This guy then swings mid and dies. So this is no different than the over-aggression that you were doing on T side, which cost your team rounds on attack side. It's just your teammates who are doing it now. So you aren't playing much better than your teammates. You're all throwing rounds in the exact same ways. So this isn't so much as a teammate problem as it's just a game sense problem in silver. You know what you're gold 3. This is like a gold and platinum game. And your Killjoy ends up winning a 1v3 because his turret absolutely pops off. It's actually comedy. This guy gets scanned by a dart and the Sova peeks out and dies to a turret. Like, you can't make this stuff up, man. It's just gold, bro. This is just classic gold right here. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, like, the mistakes that you make, your teammates also make. So the only way that you can really, like, make it so that you're getting better and you're ranking up is that you minimize your own mistakes and impact of that on the game, so that the rounds that you throw, you no longer throw. You know what I'm saying? I think you could have had like 2 or 3 more T-side rounds if you had played them a little bit smarter. All right, so this round you push through B main with a judge. You realize that it's not going to be B. They're all going A. And, you know, like, there isn't some huge mistake, but I just wanted to point out I don't like the fact that you're flanking with a judge. Why are you flanking with a shotgun? It just doesn't make sense to me. These are longer range battles when you could have taken your judge to heaven, cleared the gap, jumped out of heaven, and taken fights like Jenny or Underhell. Like, this is just a non-effective use of your weapon. So I just wanted to point that out. Ooh, nice shot, man. That was a nice shot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ooh, nice shot. Don't know how I feel about that dismiss. There's a Raze ult. Back up away from the smoke. Yep, you do that. Now he shoots it. Now you're good. Okay. Took you a little long to get it back from that smoke. You dismiss out. Get a nice pick on the brim. I don't like that you pushed out with this, especially because your team was in market and they got forced back. Just get the pick, go back to CT, play the 5v2 retake with your team. No need to continue pushing out with your dismiss. Get back into cover with your team and play the retake together. You do end up winning this round, but this is close. Like, this is close. You know what I'm saying? Your one teammate's 1 HP, he goes down. Your Jet peeks with a scout, so he has a better weapon, he goes down. Like, if you were alive, this is nothing. This is an easy peasy 5v1. There's no sweat in winning this round, or an easy peasy 5v2. There's no sweat. Nothing bad is gonna happen in this round. But you had a couple teammates who were low, a guy with a scout. You were in a shambles situation, man. You gotta make the smart decision. Get back into CT, play the retake with your team. I know I've gone through a bunch of these rounds where you still win even though you make a mistake, but it's important that you know what your mistakes are, so that you don't do them again. Like, even if they don't cost you rounds, it does cost you economy. Like, look at you guys. You guys are broke. You got 3 guys with half armor. This guy can't even get a rifle. Like, just because you win the round doesn't mean that. Just because you guys win the round doesn't mean that it doesn't have a negative overall impact on the game, right? This is sort of something that Tens did. This is something that I got on Tens about when he was on Cloud9. Tens was insane. Tens is an insane fragger, but Tens overpushes a lot. Tens will get that entry frag, or he'll get that 3k, and he'll keep going for more, and he'll give up man advantages and leave his teammates in, like, instead of a 4v2, he puts his teammates now in a 3v2. That's winnable. That's winnable for the other team. And then it comes down to a 1v1, and while Cloud9 would win the 1v1, now they're broke, and their economy is in shambles because Tens didn't fall back, play the 4v2 crossfire. It's the same type of concept here. Over-aggression for no reason, leading into just a negative overall impact on later rounds in the game. This is the type of stuff that you need to think about if you're going to be looking at big picture stuff. So, yeah. All right, so this is the last round of the game. You're in a 2 versus 3 situation, and you pop your Reyna ult. This Jet is somebody that you're in Discord with, so you should have good comms with this guy. You peek out, get a nice shot on this guy, get an early pick, and then back up. But look, you're backing up all the way into Garden, and your teammate's pushing out. You're in Discord with this dude. There should be no communication issues. You should be talking to this guy. But he pushes out solo while you're running back to Heaven, and now this guy's completely isolated on site, taking a 1v2, and you're still running back through Heaven. You guys got to talk to each other, say, hey man, hold on, I'm wrapping back through Heaven, wait for me, something like that. Instead of taking this 1v2, jump out, get the pick on this Phoenix, tap the bomb, bait out the Sovol. This is well played right now. He pops the second Sovol. Dude, I know your teammates gave you shit for this, but I gotta do it too, man. Like, he's popped 2 Sovolts. He's popped 2 of his ults. You're at 150 HP, brother. You can stick this bomb now. It doesn't matter if you take 80 damage. Get on this bomb right now. No, you try and dodge it, bro. You gotta go, go, go. This is like game sense stuff. When people ask me, how do I learn game sense? Game sense isn't something that's this, like, ooh, you do this to learn game sense. Game sense just comes from understanding how the game plays and just absorbing information, you know what I'm saying? Sovo only does 80 damage. He shot 2 of them. He's only got 1 left. Stick the bomb. He's too far away to catch up to you if he shoots you with 1 Sovo and then has to run all the way, get out of the animation, and sprint over here. You win this round no problem if you stick this. This is what game sense is. Game sense isn't some thing that I can say, it's not a muscle that you can train like your aim or your movement or something. Like, I can't say, if you want to learn game sense, go play Quizlet. Like, it's not how it works. Just, you have to learn from the experiences and the things that happen in game. And hopefully now this is a learning experience for you. And and when you make it to Diamond, if you're in a situation like this, you'll have gotten it out of the way and you'll have lost a gold game because of it instead of a Diamond game, you know? So I don't want to rag on you for this. But it is important to point out that this is how game sense is built, from learning from these types of situations in which you make mistakes or which you do something right even. But over time, when you build up more and more and more experiences like this, over time you will get better at the game. You will understand it better. So I think that was important to point out. All right, I'd like to thank Volklar for sending me in this VOD. Just a reminder, I don't do any coaching or anything like that. If I have a video idea, I'll post about it in my Discord saying, hey, I need a VOD of, say, like a Diamond 3 playing this character. I'll ask for it in there. And it's sort of first come, first serve, whoever can get me the VOD in that criteria. But I don't do any paid VODs. I don't do any paid VOD reviews. I'm not a coach or anything like that. I do this all for content. But yeah, I do drop a new educational video every single weekend, Friday through Sunday. It depends on how long it takes for me to make the video, stuff like that, whether or not I can get a VOD in or whatever I'm doing. So subscribe, like the video if you'd like to see more like this. Be sure to follow me on Twitch if you have any questions that you want to ask me live, or if you just want to hang out while I'm playing ranked. You know, I'm a Mulder. I get angry. This personality that you see while I'm doing educational content, this guy's way too calm. I'm way too thoughtful when I'm doing analytical content. If you want to watch some 8-brained idiot yell at video games, that's me. That's me. So check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/bump. I stream every day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I do hope that you guys learned something from this video. Hopefully this gives you guys a little bit of insight into why you are top fragging and still losing games. It's probably mistakes that you were making as well. You were equally to blame for your losses. This is a 5v5 team game. Winning and losing doesn't rest solely on the shoulders of one player. So I think that was important for me to point out, and it was an important video for me to make. Volklar ended this game with like 26 kills, top frag, yada, yada, yada. And they still lost. So, yeah. Got nothing else really to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.